Hi guys, this is Cobra Tom,
And Lily.
and we are doing the 1984 Mountain Howitzer. So here we have the Mountain Howitzer. This is a tracked vehicle. It's got wheels and a tow hook. So you can set it up to just about any kind of vehicle that actually has a tow hook on the back. It also comes with a very nice tripod, binoculars that slide. They don't permanently go in there, but that's good in a way because it gives you 360 degrees of movement. It comes with 2 shells and an ammo box that has pretend other shells so that you can still place a few in there. And that's not complete, but it's in there enough. So what you would probably do is set this cannon in the back. You'd put this to the front. This would be off to the side, of course. And then you'd have probably 3 or 4 guys doing this job. And you would normally have a sighter, someone who would be checking out that distance. So then he'd be doing that. Maybe even go like that and make it look like he was actually looking. Maybe. Then you would have one guy off to the side. He would be sighting it in. And you would have one guy loading it. I'm going to use my Lieutenant Falcon here, and he would be loading it. So he would be going like, well, probably a little better than this, but that's what he'd probably be doing. He'd be, boy, my Falcon's arms do not want to bend very well. All right, Dodger, you've been recruited. So then Dodger would be holding this here, and he'd be loading it in the back. And there's 2 other things to this. Now, this cannon part does come off. I would avoid taking this off once you have it on. It's kind of hard, and you might get stress marks or wreck it or bend it, and then you wouldn't be able to do it. I would also not recommend putting the shells in the front because it would get stuck in there and there'd be no way to get it out. And last but certainly not least, this is a breech-filled cannon. Put the shell in there. This I do recommend putting in because you can put the shell in there. Stays real nice. Doesn't wiggle around too bad. And you put it in the back, and your man or woman, can have Scarlett even do it, load it up, and kaboom! This also has a really nice feature that it has a clicker. 1, 2, 3. And mine holds really nicely. I just got this one So that doesn't necessarily mean that it would be good, but mine's real good. All three of my positions are really good. Here is my old one. Now what I mean that can happen is this clicker is pretty good on this one, but you see it can get stress marks from taking it on and off. And as you can see, what happened to mine is the casing got a crack in it. And while it still would work, and especially if you put it on the bottom, you wouldn't see it as easily. So like if you're putting it to the side and stuff, you don't really see it. You do see a little stress mark there. So I'd be very careful taking this on and off. This piece is really nice, and it's got some really nice details on it and stuff, but it can easily crack and break. And then you'd have that. Now, when I was younger, I kind of came up with something that maybe this is not a surprise to anybody, or not a thing for, not a unique thing, but I found that this breech has a little bit of a lip on it. I don't know if you can see that very well. But on the bottom there is a bit of a lip. And I found that if you put the gun all the way down like that, on top of it, you can also put this onto there, put the tripod on, and it's actually very secure. And it sits really nicely. And you can move this thing around. Now, obviously you can't tip it upside down or it'll all fall over, but it would be sturdy enough for you to move it around just like this. And you have all of your pieces together in one handy dandy little configuration. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and we will see you
next time.
Bye.